Looking for me? Are you clearing out the clutter in your life to make more space for me in it? And away she goes. Something on your mind? Shall I pour us a cup of high tea, then? Burwail the Avenger. My trusty ceremonial dagger. We have quite the history, you see. Hard to believe it, but when I was a child, I was nothing at all like the strapping young soldier you see before you. No, on the contrary. I was an awkward schoolboy who daydreamt and read books. I had quite the sweet tooth, and I never exercised much. Never really had any friends either. My father insisted that I enlist with the Thalmor, and of course I wanted nothing to do with it. Oh, I'm sorry. Who's telling the story? You or me? Anyway, one day he brought me into his study to help him open a dresser that was giving him a bit of trouble. After I opened it on the first try, I laughed at him. He then sat me down to scold me and beat me, I thought, as was his custom. But then, as his mouth opened, out flowed the most beautiful, elaborate story my young mind had ever heard. I was the chosen one, destined to slay a great enemy of the people. A great dragon threatened the safety and the purity of our good land. He showed me this dagger. Burwail the Avenger, he called it, and bade me to take it, that I would use it to slay the great beast once and for all. But to train with it, I would need to enlist in the ranks of the Thalmor, who would show me how to properly wield it.
Have you considered redecorating? Don't look at me like that. It was just a suggestion.
No, actually. As it turns out, the great dragon was the evil of Talos worship, and my father was just a bigot. Hooray for metaphors. It was all a lie. An elaborate ruse to get his lazy sod of a son out of the house and earning his living. The dagger was worthless. Don't be. I'm not. It helped me develop the courage I needed to get out on my own. I suppose you could call that a big win for parenting, eh? Take note, if you ever have children of your own, with just the right balance of carrots, sticks, and fantasies, you can make a soldier out of a sap. Anyway, the joke's on him, really. I've since learned the art of blacksmithing and enchanting, so now Burwail the Avenger is a weapon worthy of his impressive title. And the rest, as they say, is history. As am I, friend. But enough standing idly by. The hour grows late. Shall we away?
What can I help you with today? Do you need something? I'm heading home if you need me.
Ever tried cooking rabbit stew? I've read recipes, but tasting it, that's another matter. Do you need something? Not that often, really. Being a daughter of Cold Harbor, I can go without blood longer than other vampires. That, and I can also rest to regain my energy. It doesn't fully satiate the appetite, but it staves off hunger for a while. So, don't worry. I won't go feral on you or anything just because I haven't had a daily meal. I also read stories. There was supposedly a vampire in Akavir, which never fed in her entire life? Or whatever you call it. Supposedly, she even protected mortals from her own kind. Yeah, actually.
You'd think your housecarls would keep this place in pristine condition. Amateurs.
What's the plan? It's nice. I wouldn't have any qualms about living here. Sometimes it's just nice to get away from the bustling cities, like Riften. Don't even get me started on that one.
You leave this place for a couple of days and it becomes a pigsty.
So, where are we off to now? I've always wondered what the Dwemer actually looked like. If one believes Nordsen, they were much like elves, but with beards. But what about young dwarves? Were they indistinguishable from, say, the Altmer then? Maybe there were other differences. Lighter skin tone, or tails? No. Why would they have tails? I don't know. Don't mind my rambling. It's just there's so many artifacts from their civilization, and yet we know so little. What did they look like? Where did they go?
Greetings. Hit me. Not literally. Cyrodiil, though I suppose you could probably guess that. I grew up in the Imperial City, mostly with my nose in a book. My family own a small amount of property there, and they always encouraged me to pursue my interests. Namely, knowledge, in all its forms. I spent some time at the Arcane University, a couple of years at the archives of White Gold Tower, and I've studied at every academy in the city. But no amount of academic knowledge can compare to some practical experience. I'm done reading about the world. Now I want to see it. Oh, the Flaviuses are firmly rooted in the Imperial City. We've always had a strong sense of home. We're a tight-knit bunch, and we get on rather well most of the time. They worry, though. Particularly about me. Gave them quite a shock when I told them about this expedition. Davidicus is his name. He's an academic like me, always up to his elbows in old scrolls. He does a lot of consultancy work for the Imperial government. Hunts down relics for them, that sort of thing. I'd be lying if I said we always saw eye to eye, but I owe a lot to him, and he's very dear to me. Captain Lyra of the Imperial Legion. She and I couldn't be more different, but she's always supported me in everything I've done. She fought against the Thalmor in the Great War. In fact, she was there for Lord Nurofin's defeat at the Battle of the Red Ring. She retired to marry my father and raise me. But despite her career, she never tried to force me onto the same path. By the time I was old enough to hold a book, it was clear I was going to follow my father into the academic world. And she was delighted for me. I write to her fairly regularly. My father too. And while she worries, I think she's proud of me for doing this. I hope so, anyway. None. I was the proverbial apple of my parents' proverbial eyes. And yes, they spoiled me rotten. Sometimes I wonder what it would have been like to have had a brother or a sister. But then I wouldn't be quite who I am today. So I can't complain. Alright then. I've been meaning to ask you something. Got a moment? Look, I know I'm not very good at practical things. You know, combat. I rely on you to win our battles, and I shouldn't. So I suppose I was wondering, do you think you could train me? Fantastic! Can't wait to get cracking. Let's get moving.
Riverwood's a... There's beauty here unmatched in all of Skyrim, to be sure. I'll show you what I know. Farewell.
My luck. I chose to wear my robes without the hood.
Hello, friend. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage? Aye.
Oh, I love the rain. But I'd like it better if we were inside where it's dry and warm.
It's always good to see someone I can count on. Yes, love? I'll be here, my dear. Please, be careful. You're someone who... Let's not waste any time. Good to see you. Come on in.
You know, even an age-old vampire can appreciate a quiet place to unwind.
Let's get going. Huh? How can I argue with that? Can I help you? I'm heading home if you need me.
Want to know a secret of mine? Cast oak flesh before forging. That's how I've avoided calluses all these years.
How are you doing? Oh, please, give me all the good stuff. I'll be right behind you. What's new? I'll be right behind you.
Looking for me? I beg your pardon? You want to summon me? Look, friend, and I use that term loosely. I am a pure-blooded Altmer. Not a single drop of Dremora blood flows through these thick, bulging veins. One cannot simply summon me like I'm some Atronach from Oblivion, or an aging butler named Haskill who still owes me some coin from many moons ago when I wined and dined him on a brisk Sunday's Eve in late Hearthfire and he never wrote back and, oh gods, I've said too much. I'll have to kill you now. Nothing at all. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Really. How are you? Fine. Give me a moment. What were those calculations again? No, that's not right. Let's see. Oh, would that radius work? Rum-bum-bum, rum-tum-tum, bum-bum-bum, bum-bum-bum-bum, skiddly-eye-die-tee-right-eye-tie, tee-rappa-tappa-rappa-tum-tum. You've got it! Ha! There we go, tally-ho. Here, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. Actually, my mother taught me this spell. I merely perfected it. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. It should work all over Skyrim, although it does have some limitations. But in theory, it might reach as far as Solstheim. Or even elsewhere. Shut up, I'm funny. Simple. If ever you need aid, company, or a big spoon at night, just focus. Picture me in your mind. Your desire to have me at your side, demand I be there, and then, poof! I'll be broken down into a million particles and then pieced back together right behind you. Oh, it is. Very. That's why when Mother called me in for supper, trust me, it wasn't up for debate. So, let's hope you don't need it too often. Yes? Please? Looking for me? I do so cherish our dynamic. I talk, and you leave.
Over here! Please help! You need to help me. There's a wounded girl, over there, by the cliff. They're looking in the wrong place. She's too heavy for me to move. Help me carry her to safety. I have a camp not far from here, on the lake. She'll be safe there, if she survives. The Thalmor. This way. I saw what happened. They chased her to the cliff edge. She jumped into the canopy of that tree above to escape. It saved her fall mostly, but she's badly injured. But if we can get her to my boat, she might survive. Please, if you carry her, I'll lead the way.
Another bandit camp? Ugh, they're everywhere. You'll never find an Altmer stoop low enough to join any of these bandits. Even the lowborns on Somerset have standards.
This way. Follow me. Take it easy and be careful.
These bandits are going to learn the hard way that I'm just as deadly as I am handsome.
Hold up. We need another route. Up here. This way.
I'd be a rubbish bandit. Much too polite.
Not far now. Wait here. Let me make sure the coast is clear. Okay, it's clear. Come on. Down here, quickly.
Rose, are you mad? They'll kill us.
I'm not letting those bastards push us around, Hedron.
Who's this stranger? Can we trust her?
Sometimes you have to do what is right, even if it means risking everything. Put her in the boat.
Mage, warrior, or thief? Tough choice.
Come on, let's go.
Why can't we be all three?
My camp is over there. Pick her up and put her on the bedroll. Okay, let's take a look under this armor. Oh my. There's a deep cut running about her midriff. She's lucky she wasn't disemboweled. She has lost a lot of blood. We will need to gather some things or she won't survive. Would you stay and help? Take the boat back to the Guardian Stones. Then go to the Riverwood Trader, talk to Luke and Valerius or his sister Camilla. Buy some furs and clean linen. They're good people. Don't tell them what it is for. We don't want to bring trouble down on anyone. Of course, a healing spell might help to stabilize her if they have one, but it's still going to be a slow recovery. I'll stay here and keep her warm and dry, but be careful. There might still be Thalmor soldiers in and around the village, so have an alibi ready. Oh, and don't go wandering off. If Lucan or his sister ask you to retrieve a golden claw, leave it. If you abandon her now, she may not make it. And we need you here. Here, take this coin.
How can I assist?
I never knew it would be this beautiful. Someone should really make a painting for this place. Never saw
You
anything
there!
like this back
Halt!
on the island.
What
I'm so
business
glad
do
I
you
left
have
this
being
place.
here? Have you seen this girl pictured on this poster? Well, take a good look at it. And if you do, make sure you report it to the authorities. There's a sizable reward being offered for information leading to her capture. 18 years old, around 5 feet 6 inches tall, with shaven hair. She is extremely dangerous and wanted for murder. Anyone caught being involved in aiding her will be summarily executed, and their families arrested and sent to Valenwood. Good, good. Be on your way now.
Jarl Balgruff is waiting. Now explain yourself. What's the meaning of this interruption?
There is a dangerous criminal in the vicinity. I am deploying my troops in the immediate area.
No, not possible. It's time for you to leave.
And yet, for all the cold...
Am I hearing this right? You are demanding I leave?
You heard right.
This is preposterous. Are you insane? I am well within my jurisdictions, Justiciar, to deploy my troops in the immediate area. I shall speak to the Jarl myself.
Here's the situation. Whatever you have to say to the Jarl, you can say to me. So you
to
have
paint those skies.
This is outlandish.
I've seen plenty of things just as outlandish as this.
Do you know who I am?
I'm not going to warn you again.
You haven't heard the last of this. I shall be filing a report, yes. Then you'll be sorry.
Look at that sky. An endless void. A sea of diamonds.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no!
Yeah, well, I don't know what you overheard, but the river got something for just about everybody in here. Let's see what we can do. I think you'll appreciate this. I trust you're not planning any trouble. It was a pleasure. Good luck. I'll be here if you need me.
Yeah, it'll be a good idea to stock up on supplies.
Did you get the items? Thank you. See those scars on her back? Marks of the lash. Something tells me this girl has a story to tell. We just need to keep her alive so she can tell it. I have dressed the wound as best I can with some daub. It has stopped the bleeding, but she's lost a lot of blood. These bandages will help, and we can keep her warm with the furs. The good news is she's taken some water. That is always a good sign. But there's a risk of fever, so we must keep the fire alight. What now? We wait. If she survives the next few days, there's hope. We can find out who she is, where she comes from, and I can take her home if she has one. What? How do you know that? Rigmor of Bruma, huh? Well, I am not going to judge until I hear her side of the story. I'm Rose, by the way. And you? Where are you from? Is the rumor true? A dragon attacked the castle. Well, you wandered by at the right time, it seems. I'm pleased to have met you. I wasn't always a hunter, and I hate fishing. My father would always take me fishing and make me sit there by the bank, staring into the water. It made me feel dizzy and sick. Then one day he caught this huge fish and forced me to take it. I could barely hold it in my hands, and he's yelling at me, "Rose, put it back! Quickly throw it back into the river!" I panicked and it slipped from my fingers and dropped onto a piece of driftwood, killing it. When I saw the blood mingling into the water, I began to cry. He never took me again. So, I do the hunting and Hedron does the fishing. Oh, no. Nothing like that. He's a good friend, that's all. Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Hey. Hey, it's all right. You're gonna be fine. Here, take some water. That's it. There you go. This is a good sign. Oh, I need to make some soup for her. We're gonna need to build her up. Some protein and iron supplement, like venison for meat, and cabbages. Would you stay and help? Anise makes a special potion made from nettles. That will help her if she gets a fever. She also has cabbages. Maybe you could hunt for the venison? Go see Anise and tell her Rose sent you. She has a cabin not far from here. If she isn't talkative, just tell her Rose sent you and take what you need. But under no circumstances must you go down into the cellar. No, I was in the army. It isn't the first time I've had to do something like this. That's okay. I'll tell you about it sometime. Anis's cabin. Right. Don't go down into the cellar. Oh, I nearly forgot. Rigmor's cuirass. The armor is damaged and will need to be repaired. Anis's cabin is near Riverwood. Could you drop it off at Alvor's after visiting Anis? Take the armor to Hedron. He works part-time as an apprentice for Alvor's family. Find him and give him the cuirass. He will do what is right.
I've been hunting and fishing in these parts for years.
Well, hello. I was a beauty in my day, dearie. Don't act so surprised. So you're interested in my potions and ingredients? Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. Until next time.
You sure you don't need me to take some of that weight? Doesn't look pleasant.
Yes? Hmm? Well, hello. Hmm? I was a beauty. So you're interested in my... Take a good look around. Until next time.
Sure, what's the problem? Let me see, place it on the bench. Are you mad? The bruma crest is a dead giveaway. You're taking a big risk bringing it here. Thalmor have their spies everywhere, especially that thug Morian. He's some distant relative of the Jarl of Falkreath. Morian's been sniffing around here lately asking questions about that girl in the posters. Give me a couple of days. Hopefully Thalmor will have left by then. Thank me for what? Now go, quickly. If anyone asks, you came here to check out the shop. And tell Rose she owes me big this time.
So, how was Anise? Thanks for all your help. What did Hedron say? I knew I could rely on him. I'll make it up to him. I was thinking while you were away, you don't need to hang around here if you don't want to. She's stabilizing more every hour. It shouldn't be long before she recovers enough to begin helping herself. Of course, she'll be weak for a few days, but you've done more than enough. You are a good person. That's a rare thing these days. We can take it in turns watching her if you like. They won't find her here. The locals keep away because of the sunken fort. Over there. It's meant to be haunted, so it keeps nosy people away. The mill over yonder belongs to Hearn and Hurt, but I wouldn't stay there the night if I were you.
You don't say much, do you? That's all right. I prefer the strong, silent type.
Just take my word for it. But they're friendly enough to trade with. Hearn will buy any logs you might have cut for coin. Oh. Well, actually, no, it's too dangerous. No, forget it. It's only a rumor anyway. You've already done so much. You know, there's several places around here that's dangerous. Necromancers, bandits, all that kind of thing. Well, lately they've been getting a little too close for comfort. No. But I was thinking, once this girl Rigmor is safely back where she should be, what then? I can't carry on doing this for the rest of my life. It gets more dangerous every day, and now you have come along, there's a chance to get out of here once and for all. There's a rumor that on the very top of the mountain, this one behind me, there's an ancient shrine. It's said to be full of gold and treasures. No one who has ever tried to climb it has to this day survived. All have perished. Not even the bandits dare attempt the summit. No one really knows what's there. Whatever you find, we split it down the middle. Because I don't trust him not to get himself killed. Yes. Yes, I do. We kind of got pushed together because of this girl. You have shown time and time again you are virtuous, kind, and caring. I know it's a long shot, and so totally out of character for me. I'm sorry, please forget I even mentioned it. Only if you're sure. Just up ahead, there's a gold ore vein. Once there, just face the mountain and climb. Please, be very careful. We don't know what's up there. I'll make it up to you. Did you find anything? Was there any treasure? Thanks. I can really plan ahead and make life better for myself with this. I really don't know how to thank you. I always wanted to visit the Gold Coast. Once I'm done here, I'll make my way to Cyrodiil and see where the adventure takes me. I always fancied owning a guest house or inn. What about you? What will you do? She's holding up. She's taken to the soup, and the nettle potion has helped a great deal. It shouldn't be long before she is sitting up. Thanks for all your help. You've been most kind. I'll still have to think of some way to reward you. I did say I would think of a way to make it worth your while. Oh, okay then. Come, this way. What do I call you? Okay then. Well, you'd better get it right. Or I'll rip your tits off and feed them to the slaughterfish.
Hey! 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 Where's my stuff? What happened? How did I get here? Yeah, hey. Thanks for that. Sorry, I can be an asshole at times. My social skills are somewhat lacking. I was falling. It all went dark. Is that her name? She said she was going to see some guy in Riverwood. She said there were a lot of thalmor around recently, and now as I'm sitting up, she wanted to check if the coast was clear. About an hour. Damn, it hurts. But I'm okay, I guess. You're coming back, right? My Curess? She's going to be all right, isn't she? What if something happened to her? What if something happens to you? I'll die out here. I can hardly sit up, let alone survive. I'll be fine. Just don't get killed, okay?
Yes? Don't take this the wrong way, but you strike me as the sort of person who needs constant feedback. I'll be sure to repeat myself as often as possible to help you out. And away they go.